Welcome back, folks, to Los Gatos High School basketball. I am your host, Matthew Vitale.
And this is Ball Rubino. Now, I'm excited for this last game. This is the last game of the night. It's the end of our not really best of four, but of our four matches that we're going to be casting tonight.
Welcome you to Jet for the fourth and final game this evening. This is the girls' varsity.
So again, we're watching girls varsity here. Last match is very interesting. We had 10 seconds take about 10 minutes, which is not unheard of, but it was very intense. That was commentated by the great Ken Ken Torin. What did you think of the game, Paul?
It was a very interesting game, I have to say. Very close. Quite a different pace from what we saw in the girls' JV game. That boys' varsity was very intense, very close, and I'm expecting to see fairly similar results here in the girls' varsity games.
I'm super excited to see what the girls do for us today. Hopefully they've got the same amount of energy as the JV girls do, because the JV girls slaughtered Los Altos when they played last match.
Yeah, I have to say, they just completely wiped the board. What was it? It ended with about a 35-point lead in favor of Los Gatos.
It was intense, folks. So we are getting ready here for the beginning of the varsity girls game. What are your perspectives for this? Who do you think is going to win? What do you think is going to go down?
This has been a very interesting night. It's really hard to go and tell which school has really the better team. Los Gatos has won 2 out of the 3 games played so far, but the last boys varsity game was very close, and I really think a lot of it was just a clutch win. That last shot missed by Los Altos really lost in the game there. If they got that in there, 3-point shot, and it would have tied up the score, and then we would have seen some extended time. But overall, I think these teams are fairly well balanced here. I think this game will be very close, and I think it would not be completely unexpected if we were going to see a Los Altos win here.
Well, you might be right there, but it looks like the girls are riled up and ready to go. It's going to be a great match here, folks, so stay tuned. We're going to get started in about 30 seconds over here. I'm expecting to see a lot more Los Gatos aggression come from these girls. I know some of them personally, and they are tough. They've been training ridiculously hard. They are very accurate with their shots, and they're very accurate with their passes.
Yeah, well, I'm excited. I'm excited for this match, and it's about to start off here. Let's go and see what kind of play style they're going to open up with.
And Los Gatos immediately gains control.
All right, moving across the board here. I think they're going to be trying to go and seize each other up here. Let's try to figure out the play style. Los Gatos having a bit more of that. Find an opening, just wait for the right time to shoot, and then goes for the shot. Yeah.
Miss Cook taking the shot, and number 3, a 3-pointer to start off the match. Great shot from Miss Cook.
Yeah, nice 2-point shot here, and it looks like we're going to get a lot of mid-court defense here. It looks like the girls' varsity is playing very similar to the actual JV girls game, which I think is kind of interesting as Los Gatos has now taken the ball and is going in for another 2-pointer.
Bringing our score up to Wildcats 5, Los Altos 0.
Yeah, as we're seeing the last time we saw a decent amount of mid-court harass. Didn't see anything here though.
Court. Looks like we are going to see a free throw.
Yeah, free throw in favor of Los Altos. 1 or 2 is the only question here. Looks like nope, it's just a throw in, and it looks like Los Altos is going to be playing this a bit slower. And
traveling on Los Altos.
All right, so it looks like Los Gatos is going to be bringing the ball across the court. So far, play styles fairly similar to what we saw before, the girls' JV game and now the girls' varsity game. Play styles quite similar, but at the same time, the varsity seems to have a bit more tighter defense. Well, not quite as strong in the mid-court, but it's still a bit early in the game, so you can't really decide. Also, the girls' varsity seems to be very good at those 3-point shots and took a major advantage over that open net area. Got the
that shot hit a crowd member in the face. Yeah, I was watching the girls warm up, and those 3-pointers are what they excel in. They were just shooting nonstop, trying to get their aim just as on point as possible. And I think we're also seeing a lot of that mid lane, like how we were talking about earlier, where in the middle of the court we're seeing them really tackle in and take those and try and take ball control away. Off the rim and back into Los Gatos' possession goes the ball, moving up the court. Number 21, bringing it back up to number 41, who will take the shot. But we do have, she did step out of the court, so there is going to be a throw in there.
All right, so far, just saying from, we've seen about a minute 35 seconds so far, and I think Los Gatos, if you're going to go and compare it, Los Gatos girls varsity seems a bit of a mix, actually.
Miss Cook landing a nice three-pointer. Good job, number 15, Brittany Cook, bringing the score up to Los Gatos. And Los Altos still nil.
We saw a good intercept there by Los Gatos, trying to get under the net. Not quite good enough. Los Altos managing to go and defend that Los Gatos push here. Looking to wait a bit, but we're seeing a lot of that mid-court aggression here, but managing, just pulling back a bit, trying to be a bit more conservative with that, not wanting Los Altos to go and sneak past.
That mid-court aggression seems to be a cornerstone of the entire female basketball team, in JV and varsity.
Yeah, I didn't see so much from either of the boys' teams. A bit of it in the boys' varsity, but not quite at the level that we saw in both these girls' teams.
Nice shot, nice three-pointer from Los Altos.
All right, this goes and brings the score with a 5-point difference in favor of Los Gatos. So far, Los Gatos seems to be a bit more comfortable with those under-the-net shots, but still likes to go for those three-point shots. Really doing a good job of trying to get those in. I think we're going to be seeing one right here.
Miss Cook just nailing down those three-pointers. Brittany Cook bringing the score up to Los Gatos Wildcats 11, and the guests, Los Altos Eagles, still 3.
Yeah, that was a great shot from Miss Cook. So, interesting game so far. We're seeing, I'm just trying to figure out right now what Los Altos is doing, because so far Los Gatos seems to have a fairly standard strategy. We've seen that reliably across all of their games. They seem to have a strategy and play style, and they stick to it. Los Altos. Okay.
I'm going to go on a limb and say what they're doing right now is losing.
Well, you can say they're losing, but that doesn't really get you the full idea or spectrum. I think we're going to see a lot of interesting play here after they go and get this timeout here, go and try to go and figure out what's going on here. But because I haven't seen much of a congruent plan here coming from their play style. They seem to be very active. Might be a bit like Will Cox, actually, what's going on here, which actually won them the last final boys varsity game, was being able to go and adapt to the Los Gatos play style. The Los Gatos were not able to adapt to the Will Cox play style.
We're watching the huddle from Los Altos. They were pointing out where the other players in the Los Gatos were going. So they are adapting very quickly. They're taking that time in the timeout to analyze Los Gatos' strategy and inject it mid-game. So I think that's going to turn out very well. A nice little under the hoop shot from Los Altos, bringing them up 2 points to Los Altos Eagles 5, Los Gatos Wildcats 11.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the big things which I would like to see a bit more in these games, is that you need to take advantage of those timeouts just to go and take a look and just think about the other team. You don't have to wait till the end of the period. Go and use your timeouts to go and strategize during the period and just make every second count. And I think that's exactly what Los Altos is doing before this game runs away from them.
If there's anything we've seen today that has taught us anything, every second counts in basketball. Every second. And a couple times, whoa, we got a fall on the court there. Call is against the Eagles, however.
All right, looks like the Eagles are going to be doing a throw in here. We're going to go and most likely see Los Gatos pulling this off and taking possession, but not quite sure.
Looks like ball possession will go to Los Altos, but Los Gatos, it looks like they're trying to get it out of their hands soon as possible. They're analyzing their defense, trying to see who the defenders are, but it will pop off the rim, and Los Gatos will maintain ball control again and move it back up the court.
All right, so we're seeing Los Gatos move across, trying to go and do that.
Cook takes another three-pointer shot.
Not sure if this three-point strategy is actually working out in their favor so far. Like, they got some good shots off in the beginning, got them a nice early lead.
A nice two-pointer for number 25. That would be Miss Hannah Krulovich, standing at 5'10" and a senior.
Yeah, I think Los Gatos is really good at getting those rebound shots off, go and maximize the potential when they're on the push. They're trying to go get as many shots in as possible before Eagles take possession, which I think is probably one of their greatest assets in these games.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Another interesting fact about the Los Gatos team, however, is that they only have one player of 6 foot. Everyone else on the team is below 6 foot. The player that is above 6 foot is Ashleen Quirke, she's number 23, and she's standing at 6'3" and also a senior. She's the only player on the team that's 6 foot or above. Everyone else is below 6 foot.
Yeah, so Los Gatos not necessarily having the tallest players in the world, but they're very fast and agile and good at getting those midpoint interceptions that we've been seeing so far. Now we're going to see the scores even out a bit. We're seeing Los Gatos still in the lead with a 5-point lead, but that's not really much when you're in the first period. All right, so we saw a bit of passing there, but it looks like we're going to be seeing Los Altos taking possession here and moving across the court in a couple seconds.
Another interesting fact is that Los Gatos has the shortest player I've actually seen in basketball so far. Polisso, number 3, is 5'2" and a junior. I think she actually might be using that to her advantage, seeing as how fast she's able to get underneath the other players and swipe the ball out from underneath them. We've already seen that a couple times today.
Yeah, as much as height can help you out in basketball, being short also gives you fairly good. If you can actually go up against a tall player and still do fairly well by just outmaneuvering them and going underneath their screening, is trying to go and get around and get some good hits and go and intercept. Now we're going to see Los Gatos try to push in here, try to go get a nice on that shot, but it's not to be.
It is fair to say that height does not determine how well you do in basketball, but more as your role on the team.
Yeah, I think that's fair, you know, because you aren't going to go and have a short person, someone who's not so tall on your offensive team. But on defensive, you can go and get some very nice mid-court interceptions going on. All right, so.
Oh! That was a nice shove there from number 22, Yossi Despires. Definitely against the rules, though. You're not supposed to be that violent in basketball. Who would have known?
I'm pretty sure you are not. So I think we're going to be seeing some form of foul going on here. All right, so it looks like Los Altos is going to be taking possession here. Well, we're seeing a lot of that mid-court interceptions going on here, trying to slow down Los Altos push, but it looks like they managed to get past this, and Los Gatos is forced to pull back.
Los Gatos pulling up their defense nice and tight, staying in formation, whereas the Los Altos seems to be a little more dispersed. Los Altos is going to be able to swamp any player that comes in really quickly like we're seeing right now. And the ball control is now back in with Los Gatos. Number 3 taking it up the court and then quickly passing it to number 21, who will pass it to number 22, trying to ice it over to underneath the ball. And there we go, underneath the net, and we have a score. Los Gatos 15, Eagles 9.
Yeah, it was really good on that shot going in. Bring Los Gatos' lead to 6 points overall. Doing a good job of trying not to go and let that lead shrink anymore right now.
Traveling on Los Gatos. The JV boys over there getting very rowdy about this decision, as you can probably hear in our microphones.
Yeah, I don't think they like that. So it looks like we're going to be seeing Los Altos going and taking possession here, trying to move out. All right, so Los Altos making a couple of passes, trying to go get around this Los Gatos defense. Might have been able to push in there, but Los Gatos managed to get back into defensive position right in time. Los Altos getting mixed up a bit, running into each other. Not so much of an issue, though. Trying to go for that three-point shot.
Ball will bounce off the rim.
Back.
I'll tell you what, if you want to daze another team or make them lose focus, take one of those fouls for a shove is not a bad idea, because it'll get your other player's adrenaline running, and you'll daze another player. I wouldn't recommend it, but it is not the worst thing in the world. Oh, we have a struggle for ball control. A call on Los Gatos. And from the looks of it, they will take a throw-in.
All right, so this is very interesting. I'm having a lot of trouble trying to figure out what Los Altos is doing. I mean, so far they seem to be really just trying to go off of what Los Gatos is doing. They've got a good defense here, trying to keep Los Gatos out, but at the same time they want to spread out a bit just to go and block those three-point shots, which Los Gatos is really good at. When they spread out that much, it allows Los Gatos to go and seep in the creeks and go in for some nice under-the-net shots here. But so far, Los Gatos have been very good at just taking advantage of
underneath the hoop, and they take a shot with 35 seconds left. What do you think is going to go on here now, Paul?
I think we're going to see a mad dash by Los Altos to try to get in, trying to score another point. They don't need any more pressure on them in the second period. This game is not shaping up very well for them, and I think we might be seeing a Cats victory.
I think it's very well shaping up to be Cats victory. However, there is still three periods left in the game, so we will have to wait and see.
An 8-point lead is still respectable, even if you have 3 periods to make it back. All right, so we're seeing Los Altos making it across, trying to go and get one last shot. We're seeing the midpoint defense just getting blown apart, moving past. But Los Gatos is now taking possession, is trying to dash across the field here. but
And ball control will remain with Los Altos, and that's the end of the first period with Los Gatos Wildcats at 17 and the Los Altos Eagles at 9.
so far, interesting game. Kind of curious about what we're going to be seeing here, what's going to be changed from both Los Gatos and Los Altos. Los Altos most likely get a bit changed, try to go a bit more on the offensive, try to go and get some more shots in. Los Gatos probably going to want to go and not rush their shots as much. They've gone a lot more into not doing those three-point shots and going in and trying to seep in the creeks and go underneath the net, which has so far been effective, but I have a feeling Los Altos is going to go try to do something about that at this moment this second period starts.
Los Altos is seeming to be able to pick out those little holes in their defense, but they're not able to fill them quick enough. And especially with how Los Gatos is just jungling the ball on in there, they're just tossing it up, and then next thing you know, it is in the hoop. So they need to keep track of that ball. They can't do that right now just because of how bottled in they are. Right now they are focusing basically on staying with the players and just sticking to them like glue. And if they do that, I think we're going to see a lot more, if they do that, I think we're going to see a lot more, mid lane exchanges because of that mid lane. All the ball exchanges are going to be going on there because one team wants possession of the ball, and whoever has possession of that ball is going to own the court for now.
Yeah, I think that's probably what you're going to get going on. Because this play style, I think Los Altos is really, they haven't been the best at going and trying to go and follow the ball so much, but if you can't really follow the ball, then just follow the players. Because at the end of the day, the ball is going to reach the player. So if you go and get the player shot down, you go and screen him, stop him from passing, it's going to be really effective. All right, so we're seeing Los Altos doing exactly that, trying to go and screen the player, stop him, split up the Los Gatos team, and try to keep him under control. So it looks like Los Altos is going to be taking possession here. It looks like Los Gatos is going for a bit more of a fluid defense here, going and doing some basic screening. This reminds me back of 5th grade basketball, actually. Not necessarily the most advanced, but fairly interesting. Los Altos trying to go underneath the net here, but it's not going to work out here, as Los Gatos is just taking possession.
We do see Brittany Cook back on the field. Maybe she'll get more of those excellent three-pointers. She was so eagerly scoring at the beginning of this game.
All right, so we're going and seeing Los Gatos trying to go. Nope, bit of a fumble.
Miss Polisso taking it up the court to number 41, Corey Sandal. Oh, but that ball is popped out. But there is a call on Los Altos.
Yeah, it seems like Los Altos is trying to go a bit more of the one-on-one strategy here. Not trying to go build up the strong defense in the center, but just going one-on-one, one player to one player. Have your stronger players on their stronger players, weaker players on their weaker players. The strategy is fairly good in a well-balanced, matched-up team, but can be a bit of a drain on your team if the enemy team has a superior height advantage, or if one of your players loses the other. Then you start to run into problems when people go and have trouble going and keeping their players under control. All right, so it looks like Los Altos is trying to come across the field and go and score a quick shot in the net, but it's not to be. Los Altos is trying to go and slow down a bit, get some quick passes off, maybe onto the net, not going to work out.
The call on Los Gatos.
Gatos on 23, Ashleen Quirke, second person.
Not quite sure what we're seeing here, but it looks like it's turning out to be a shoot-off. Some penalty shots. I believe that was 2 penalty shots. Los Altos really needs to get these shots off with a 8-point disadvantage to Los Gatos. The first one goes in really nice. They can go and get another one and bring it down to only 6 points. Then they could go and try to go and maybe get some 3-point shots if they get lucky, 2-point shots on the net, and try to go and even up the score. But still, the game is not looking that great for them.
This is their only chance to really sure up that distance between them right now because Los Gatos has their defense locked down. And Miss Quirke, unfortunately, made the choice to knock down another player, even if it was not even an accident. But that little bit of roughhousing did cost them 2 points. So players going to be extra cautious of how they handle their players now. But we are going to see a push up the court. Looks like we're going to see a shot from Miss Brittany Cook coming up here. It would certainly be in Los Gatos' best interest to get another 3-pointer in there. That player goes down without a fight. We're going to see another shot from number 3. Almost taking a 3-pointer in, but not quite getting it. Los Altos will bring it back up the court, however, for another round at the Los Gatos hoop.
That play showed a lot of promise, but at the end of the day, didn't really have the hold. They didn't take back and look for the shot. They fired too quickly. They didn't wait. They didn't go and assess the timings. They just went for it, and it didn't work out. Right now, we're seeing Los Altos doing a bit of the same thing here. Ball just falls just short.
substitution.
There's going to be a call on Los Altos. It looks like Los Gatos is going to be throwing in here. This ball possession might be what they need to get a couple more points.
Yeah, Los Gatos needs to go in. Either go and work on those three-point shots, try to go and use that, or just go underneath the net. They can't go and spend too much time debating whether or not they should go and probably go for those three-point shots and go and try to increase their mid-court defense right here. Try to mimic a bit what happened in the JV game.
Miss Cook trying to get underneath the net.
All right, bounce off the back, and looks like Los Altos is going to try to race across, go for a quick shot underneath the net, but I don't think no.
A nice takedown there. Very unintentional. But we do have a player down, and looks like she might be out.
That's 2041 Corey Sandell. First personal, 16.
Not quite sure what we're going to be seeing here. We're going to be seeing a penalty shot for Los Altos.
You're definitely going to be seeing at least a throw-in.
Yeah, we're seeing Los Altos throwing here as they're going to be going and trying to go get a shot off here. It's trying to go and move around Los Gatos. Los Gatos defense staying fairly firm, but not going out too far. Los Altos passing back and forth, trying to find the weakness. Trying to go for the three-point shot, but it just goes way off as Los Gatos push across the field here. But we just saw a massive Los Altos interception there, and Los Altos is going to be charging across the field, trying to go and take advantage of this, but slowing down here as they enter Los Gatos territory.
Oh, Los Gatos regains possession, and they're going to move up court faster than Los Altos can keep up. They're going to take the shot, and a nice... Oh, and it is spat out of the rim. A disappointing end for Los Gatos. They're going to recuperate, and it looks like we are going to see another throw.
Alright, so you're going to be seeing a Los Gatos throwing here. Going to maybe see some more aggression from Los Gatos, which has been actually fairly complacent here, going a bit on more of a defensive role in this game. Not really getting the making the most out of these pushes, spending a bit too much time passing back and forth.
Brittany Cook really trying to get those three-pointers in. That is what her strong suit is, and hats off to her because it's been hauling the Los Gatos team, and she's been carrying it pretty nicely.
Yeah, those three-point shots have been done Los Gatos quite a good, it got them a lot of points actually, but so far they haven't had the best look with it. I don't think they might want to go and change their strategy for more of an aggressive under-the-net push.
Los Altos trying to room around, trying to get a hole in the Los Gatos defense.
All right, so Los Altos might have just found that, but fired off a bit too quickly as Los Gatos is now taking possession and is running across the field. Are they going to run quick? No, they're going to go and wait at this three-point line again, but looks like we're going to see a bit of a surround here coming from Los Altos as they take possession. We're going to definitely see a quick under-the-net shot here. Nice pass.
But it goes over too quickly. They will not be able to regain possession as Los Gatos takes control.
Gatos is not taking possession. Probably going to go for a bit slower approach. Los Gatos has been overall fairly slow and conservative this game. Not too fast, nice three-point shot, but not good enough, a bit too much force. Nice two-point shot.
Taking a two-pointer. That'll bring our score up to Los Gatos 19, Los Altos 11.
Yeah, at some point advantage is really going to do wonders for Los Gatos, as we are now roughly halfway through the second period. So, so Los Altos seem to be a bit more into those kind of, they seem to be big into the one-on-one defenses and trying to go and block those Los Gatos three-point shots, but so far, they've been kind of successful, but overall they haven't been necessarily the best, which you could hope for. Also, they haven't had their strongest pushes. They've been good at finding those weaknesses and coming in for the two-point under-net shots, but they haven't gotten any three-point shots off. And those two-point shots have actually kind of worked against them in this game because they've lost possession a lot because they just charge in there and then they get surrounded by Los Gatos players, and that really hurts them and then they lose possession.
Well, what I think we're seeing right now is Los Altos adapting fairly quickly to Los Gatos' strategy, and instead of seeing the holes in their defense, they're instead going out at the players to make sure they never get to those holes in their defense. And Los Gatos is also losing their mid-lane juggle there, where they're not going in and taking the ball control away.
All right, so let's go back to the game. All right, so it looks like you're going to be seeing Los Altos moving out here into more of a... Well, they're going to be going and pushing out here fairly soon, but Los Gatos is going to go for some more mid-court defense here, trying to go and slow down the Los Altos push, but it looks like Los Altos is going to be able to maneuver past this. Oh, almost intercepted there by Los Gatos, but not quite good enough. Los Altos managing to get into Los Gatos' defense, but not quite in time. Los Gatos barely manages to go get their players back in defensive gear. All right, so now we're seeing Los Altos going to have a throw in here and try to go get some nice under the net shot. Most likely, I don't expect a three-point shot from them. They don't seem to be doing those very recently, but we might be seeing one right here. No, trying to go for under the net. Oh, just
off the
rolls
rim,
off the
and
rim.
Los Gatos will remain in control.
All right, we're going to be seeing Los Gatos pushing across the court right now with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in the second period here.
Los Gatos is going to go for a shot, but it will bounce off the rim, but they will regain control, go for another three-pointer, and that will also be tossed out of the bucket.
Yeah, we're seeing some great rebound shots from Los Gatos. Los Altos, not the strongest on the rebounds. Those rebounds really go and help your team out, getting you more and more chances to go get the shots. Sure, when you go and fire off your rebound shot, it's not going to be as well planned or timed as your first one. But at the end of the day, any single attempt you make on trying to go and shoot the ball into the goal is just going to be another time you're going to have a chance to go and score.
And you are going to see Los Gatos go for another score attempt right here. They are going to try and ice it around the third point line. We're going to see it ice it back around. I'm not sure I'm saying ice. And then, but they're not going to take the shot. They're going to try and get another shot in on it.
All right, so now we're seeing Los Gatos trying to go in for a quick shot here right before they run out of time.
Trying to get in there, taking a shot.
Enough time. All right, so Los Altos is now taking possession and it's going to be moving across to go take out the Cats. So the Cats have been, looks like they've gone for their mid, they're going for their mid-court defense as was their forte earlier. Trying to go in here, but Los Altos managing to break through, but not quite good enough.
Physically squashing her in between the defense.
Yeah, I don't know if ramming yourself into the Los Gatos defense is going to give you the best results.
I don't think it ever will.
As we're seeing Los Altos go and do a throw in here, trying to go and get some sort of scoring on Los Gatos, which at the moment has an 8-point lead over Los Altos.
And a near three-point shot from Los Altos, which was an amazing arc on that shot, but no connection on the hoop. Los Gatos will be taking another three-pointer. Also no connection as it bounces out the rim, but they are going to... Oh, we have a player down.
Los Altos is taking possession here. Is going to go for a quick shot over...
but Los Gatos' defense is on top of her. Not a chance.
Threw the ball a bit too hard. Los Altos wasn't able to go and take possession there and Los Gatos managed to go and get their defenses up before Los Altos was able to go and recoup. Los Altos over here trying to go and find a hole, getting a bit surrounded by Los Gatos. Open shot, though.
And a nice shot for a three-pointer.
Shot. We're going to go and see the score even out a bit with Los Gatos 19 to
amazingly
Los Altos
clean shot there.
14. All right, we're seeing a 5-point advantage for Los Gatos here. We're going to most likely see these scores even out a bit until the second period, when I think we're going to be seeing a bit more of a Los Gatos theme push. So it looks like Los Gatos is going to be doing a throw in here.
Ball control underneath Los Altos' net is just what Los Gatos needs right now. Especially with Brittany Cook back on the playing field. That three-point shot is going to be very real. Coming from number 3, Carly Polisso, standing at 5'2", nailing that three-point shot, bringing our score up to Los Gatos Wildcats 22, Los Altos Eagles 14.
Yeah, it was a great shot going, making sure Los Gatos manages to maintain that 8-point lead, really going in and trying to keep Los Altos far away from Los Gatos' score and just try to go and keep them down. So it looks like Los Altos, though, is not to be perturbed here, trying to go in for a good shot, but doesn't look like it's going to be working out here. As Los Gatos is taking possession, it's going to be
minute 25 in the half.
What?
With a minute 25 left in the half, it's going to be interesting to see if Los Altos will shore up the score.
I don't know if we're going to be seeing a Los Altos game tonight. Los Gatos is trying to get a nice rebound shot there. And I think we're going to be seeing 2 penalty shots for Los Gatos here. Maybe even making the score difference even larger.
20, Rachel Line, first personal, 15 foul. Hannah Hastings
will be taking the penalty shot.
So, what kind of changes do you think you're going to be seeing from Los Altos or Los Gatos during that third period?
I think we're going to be seeing their strategy become more adapted to what Los Altos has right now, because Los Gatos currently has kind of a solid strategy that, while it does deter Los Altos, it doesn't, crush them entirely. And so what we're going to see is we're going to be seeing them pick out which players they need to watch for and where the holes in their defense are, and they're just going to go for that and attack it at full force. And at the same time, they're going to balance where ball control lands and where their mid-lane control is.
Yeah, I think that's fairly right. So far, Los Gatos has been fairly good at blocking Los Altos, but hasn't been the strongest at actually scoring on them. And pretty much the same from Los Altos. So I think we're going to be seeing some drastic changes in the third period. Maybe even complete play style changes. Los Gatos might be going for a lot more aggressive under-net pushes. Los Altos might be going for a lot more three-point shots rather than those aggressive under-net pushes. Not quite sure what we're going to be seeing here. But at the end of the day, I do not think that Los Gatos is going to be scoring in these last 32 seconds.
I've said it once, but I will say it again. That mid-court control is crucial for Los Gatos. They need that so they can maintain possession of the ball.
Yeah, Los Gatos' mid-court control has been very effective. I think it completely won them the game for the first girls JV, and it gave them the lead, which they have right now in the varsity girls game. All right, so Los Altos is taking possession.
25 seconds.
Now we're seeing they got 20 seconds left to go, try to make it across the field and score a point here. They need to go and make this as small of a lead as possible. They need to overcome. They can't go and give Los Gatos a big lead, but we're seeing a 3-point shot here going and bringing the lead difference to 5 points in favor of Los Gatos. Doing a great job at trying to not let Los Gatos get too high of a point lead.
10 seconds left in the match. Los Gatos trying to shore up these points here just to further their lead. Number 3, gonna take the shot. Los Altos gets control again. All right, and that is the half, folks. We'd like to take a quick. So, Paul, what has been your analysis here about how the game is going so far?
Well, if you want my pro basketball analysis, I'd probably say this game has been a lot closer than the scores have led on. So far, the scores seem fairly different, but Los Altos and Los Gatos, there hasn't been that many points scored overall. The teams seem fairly balanced, actually. Los Altos have been good on the defense, so has Los Gatos. Neither teams have been very good at trying to break through. When the points do break through, Los Gatos seems to be the one scoring. And when they do score, it means a lot because of that small point range that's going to be going on this game.
And because of that mid-court aggressiveness that Los Gatos so very cherishes, we're going to be seeing a lot more ball control on Los Gatos. Because if you ask me, I think they're going to go for that a lot more. Because it worked for JV, it might work for varsity.
Yeah, I think that's a smart move here.
All right, so I think what we're going to see more of is we're going to also be seeing a lot more of the girls pushing in a lot harder. We're going to see a lot more aggressiveness. We're going to see a lot more just speeding in before the Los Altos defense can get there.
I think that's fair enough. I think Los Gatos are going to be a lot bigger into going underneath the net and getting those 2-point under net shots. But on the other hand, I think Los Altos is going to be going a bit away from those quick shots into the Los Gatos defenses, which has been doing okay for them, but a lot of it seems that they just go shoot in and they try to score, and then they just get surrounded by Los Gatos players and don't have time to react. So I think Los Altos is going to be playing a bit slower, trying to go and phase out the Los Gatos defense, figure out where the weaknesses are, and most likely go for more 3-point shots, which I think is going to help them out a lot more.
Yeah, Los Altos is more conservative, or a possible more conservative next match might either be their downfall or their upbringing, because if they can manage to, get more shots in there, maybe even by playing slower, they will get more shots in there. We'll see better play out of them, and we'll see more points. And if they can get more points in, well, we all know how math works and how basketball works. More points means more winning.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. So, how do you think we can go and quickly summarize all the games so far? Because the first, the boys' JV game was fairly interesting, actually. It was very close, very intense, and actually ended with a Los Altos victory.
I think what we're going to be seeing is a 3-1 split in favor of Los Gatos, with 3 of the wins going to Los Gatos, including this game, if you ask me, my predictions, and then the one game going to the JV boys team for Los Altos.
Well, I'm not 100% sure. We still have 2 periods left, and the point difference is not that large. It's still at the moment only 7 points, which isn't that big once you enter the third period, because the third period seems to always go and lead to radical changes in people's playstyles, and usually the winning team doesn't actually have that much of a reactive playstyle just because you can't go and predict what your opponent is going to do to stop you. You just stick with what's been working, and your opponent defeats you. It's the fourth period where things usually even out, and you go and start to find who's the better team.
I'm going to have to agree with that. But if we look at the stats difference between Los Altos and Los Gatos, the Los Gatos team still has a height, they still have a significant height difference against Los Altos. Los Gatos, despite being short, are still much taller than Los Altos.
Yeah, I do have to say, Los Altos team isn't actually the tallest of the bunch. So far, we haven't seen any super tall games so far. But this is the girls' JV, and there is a reason why these girls are in the JV team. They're all very skilled, and they all know how to play basketball very well. But I think, personally, that this game's going to be very close. I won't go as far to say as I think this might be a Los Altos victory, but I think going and predicting that this is going to be a Los Gatos victory by a landslide is far from true.
And like you said, it is only the half right now. And while there is no midcourt entertainment, we're just kind of blabbering on here. I think we are going to see more of a Los Gatos. I mean, just by my predictions, I think we are going to see more of a Los Gatos win. It is too early to tell, but with the current projection of things, with the Wildcats at 24 and the Eagles at 17, things are currently looking up in favor of Los Gatos.
Yeah, I think you're probably right there. But you don't know. It's basketball. Lots of crazy things can happen.
It is basketball, and we're going to cut away now. We are going to take a break. We will be back in 6 minutes. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back.
Yep.
And we are back. Welcome back to the Los Gatos High School girls varsity match with Los Gatos High School versus Los Altos.
Yes,
Wildcats versus the Eagles.
That's an exciting game so far. Fairly close, though the scores are not so close, with a 7-point difference in favor of the Cats.
I think watching the Cats warm up, I think we are going to see much more aggressive play come out of the Cats this round.
Yeah, we're also going to be seeing most likely a lot more conservative play coming out from. We're going to be seeing a lot more conservative play coming out from the Los Altos Eagles coming out right now. But at the moment, Los Gatos Cats are going to be taking possession here to go start off for a third quarter coming on right now.
We'd like to give a huge shout out to our sponsors. Heritage Bank of Commerce is a proud sponsor of KCAT TV 15. Heritage is a premier community bank founded by business people for business people. Start and grow your business today by visiting Heritage Bank on Los Gatos Boulevard.
All right, and with that, we begin our game. Los Gatos is now going and trying to get the ball here, wrestle it away from Los Altos.
And they will maintain possession of the ball.
All right, so I'm interested to see what the Los Altos defense is going to look like this game, but even more interested in what the Los Altos offense is going to be looking like as we see them going and trying to make it across the field here. Some long passes, trying to come in here. Quick on the net shot, but not working out. Los Gatos coming back across the field, trying to push in here and go and get some form of offense on here. But it looks like they're playing a bit more conservatively here. Not quite sure if that's actually going to be working out for them. Continuing to go for these three-point shots, it looks like. Going around.
Miss Cook will be trying to get this ball out of the way of Los Altos. We'll be seeing Los Altos probably going to be trying to attempt to take some control of this situation. But Brittany is not going to have any of that, icing it right out of there.
Los Gatos defense here, going and trying to keep Los Gatos locked out. Not quite sure how well it's working.
Brittany taking a three-point shot, nearly going to get it, but it goes off the rim. Los Altos still caged in at their court.
Yeah, that mid-court defense is doing great for Los Gatos here as we're going and seeing Los Altos try to push in underneath. Not quite sure if this is going to work out, but
Los Altos does manage to get a shot in there.
Nice bounce off under the rim. So it looks like the play styles have been actually fairly similar. Neither team's really adapting so much. Los Altos being a bit more spread out and loose, but besides that, so far the play styles have been fairly similar. Not that much radical change. So now we're going and seeing a penalty shot in favor of Los Gatos. 2 shots, and we're going to be going and seeing Los Gatos going and take the shot off.
Miss Ashleen Quirke, the tallest person on the team, is going to be taking this shot.
Now remember, Los Gatos now here has a 5-point lead over Los Altos. Not the largest lead, and I think we might be seeing them losing it fairly soon here. But Los Gatos really needs to go get these penalty shots and just to go try to give them a bit more buffer room, more comfort room. Just try to go and give himself a bit more time to go and get through this third
Keep
period.
themselves out of that danger zone.
Yeah,
they are in a zone of danger in terms of how the points are adding up right now. So they need to get out of there.
Los Altos is doing a great job at trying to go and shrink that difference between them and the Cats as we're seeing Los Gatos go and try to push across the court here, going for a quick underneath the ring shot, but
Ashleen landing a nice 2-pointer.
Yeah.
Las Gas is shoring up those points to make sure that Los Altos has not a chance of catching up with them.
Seems my predictions might have turned out to be true here as Los Gatos is going for a bit more offensive play. Los Altos going fairly spread out here. Not quite sure if this is working out. And it looks like they're going to be going for the continuation of their offensive play here. A bit more conservative, but not so much as they're going to be losing possession to the Cats as they're going to be pushing across the map.
Los Gas is really maintaining control of that ball. They're not letting anything happen to it. It looks like we're going to be seeing a throw in from number 3.
Second team.
It actually looked like it was going to be shaping up into a penalty shot, which is kind of weird. But yes, it is indeed a throw in favor of the Cats as we're going to be seeing Cats pass in, trying to go and go around, try to find an opening here. Probing a bit. Nice shot into the middle, but Los Altos managed to go and take possession. All right, Los Altos making a couple of passes. Are we going to see a big push or are we going to see a few more three-point shots here? Looks like, yeah, three-point shot there. Bounces off the rim, though. Are they going to get the rebound? No, Los Gatos managed to go get that rebounding ball here. Trying to go for a full-court pass, but didn't work out.
We'll see if they can get there. Might go for a three-pointer here. But no, they're going to pass it to Ashleen, who's already underneath the net. But ball control goes back into Los Altos. Los Gatos is losing that ball control. But it looks like they're going to push aggressively into that mid-court, just like how we were talking about earlier. Oh, we got slam in there, but they're trying to get underneath that hoop. Oh, ball control goes back to Los Gatos. We do have a foul called.
Los Altos really needs to take control of the board here. They have ball control. They're fairly good at going and getting those midfield interceptions, getting the ball across. They're very good at. They can get from one side of the court to the other very fast. But the problem is they haven't been that great at scoring. And at the end of the day, in basketball, it's all about scoring. And we have not seen much scoring going on during this third period. And that is critical for Los Altos to go and pull back here. They are at an 8-point disadvantage to Los Gatos, and every point counts. And they cannot afford to go and miss shots here, as they're going to be pushing across to go and assault the Los Gatos defense here.
With only 4 minutes left in this third period, Los Altos really needs to get these points. Otherwise, they're going to have a very difficult time in the fourth period trying to get any of those points made up. And with these shots just not landing, Los Altos is at a huge disadvantage at the moment.
Yeah, I think if Los Altos can't go and make the difference to at least 4 points, then I think it's going to be over for them. I don't think they're going to be able to pull back in the final period. All right, so we're seeing a bunch of passing from Los Gatos, trying to go find an opening. Nice one in that shot to get it.
Back to Ashleen, who's already underneath the net. He's going to bring Los Gatos up to 29, bringing it to a 10-point difference between Los Gatos and the Eagles.
So we're seeing Los Gatos is doing exactly what they needed to do there with putting a bit more pressure on the offense. Nice one in that shots, but Los Altos, on the other hand, not really going and doing what they need. They're going with those unnet shots, which aren't working out for them. They need to go for the three-point shots. They need the big points. They need to take some risks here because if they go and play it safe, they're going to lose. They need to go out of their comfort zone in order to win this game.
Going out of that comfort zone may be the biggest difficulty for Los Altos, though, seeing as they have no chance to even push out of that comfort zone with how Los Gatos is playing right now. So good on Los Gatos for keeping the pressure on Los Altos, but Los Altos really needs to push out of there if they want the slightest chance of winning this match. We are going to see a penalty throw for another 3 on Los Altos. We'll see if they can make the shot.
Yeah, this penalty shot is really critical for Los Altos. Los Altos needs every point they can get. And at the moment, that bit of time during this third period, that Los Altos actually was in the position to go and have ball control. They've lost it. Los Gatos has now taken almost full control over the ball at this moment, really shutting down most forms of Los Altos pressure that's been going on. As we're going to be seeing our second penalty shot off here, first one missed.
Los Altos player number 3 does manage to get in the hoop, which is going to shore up some points for Los Altos.
All right, we're going and seeing Los Gatos Cats moving across the court here, trying to go and get in position, try to go find an opening here. Some good passing. Not quite sure what's going on here.
Brittany Cook will take the three-point shot, just barely going off the rim.
Not quite sure if that was the smartest move for them. We're seeing a big fight over the ball here.
Possession. Eagles.
Possession will maintain with the Eagles.
The Eagles are going to be pushing out here, and they need to take advantage of this. There's a 9-point difference. That's very large, especially so far into your third period. 9 points, that's enough to win the game easily, especially if that lead goes into the fourth period. seeing the Eagles trying to go and move around here, try to find an opening. They need to go for those 3-point shots. They can't try to go for a 2-point shot. It's not going to happen. The Cats are blocking them at every step. They need to go for a shot here. Are they going to go for it? No passing. They're running out of time. They need to make a shot. Barely manages to get in there. Los Altos doing a fairly good play. Not quite sure if that was actually what they needed, though. They got those 2 points, but I don't know if it'll be enough. With 3 minutes left in this period, Los Altos is not in a good position. 7 points behind Los Gatos. They need to push. They need to get even the scores up. And it looks like Los Altos is now in possession again. They're doing the right things. They're putting on the pressure. They need to get this working on, but it looks like they're going to be taking a penalty shot here against Los Gatos. This is exactly what they need to do. They need to put on the pressure, but at the same time, they need to play, be conservatively, not overextend. Don't give away ball control to Los Gatos. That's exactly what Los Gatos wants.
Excuse our on-screen graphic as the Los Gatos player number 3.
All right, that was the first shot for the Los Altos Eagles. Now we're going to be seeing our second shot. If Los Altos makes this in, they'll go and change the difference to 5 points. And if they go and make another point, I think they might actually have a shot in this fourth period. But it does not look like it's going to be working out here. Los Gatos Cats are moving out, trying to go and... All right, so we're seeing a timeout from both teams. Looks like we're going to be seeing a big team huddle here by the Los Altos Eagles, trying to go and figure out what's going on here.
Los Gatos clearly strategizing. If you look at at the clipboard from the coach, what do you think's been going on here, buddy?
Well, Los Altos is doing great, and I think Los Gatos needs to go and assess this. Los Altos has been good at going in that aggression, going and trying to force the penalties, and overall doing a good job at going and trying to get those points in, as many points as possible. Every point that they get is a point closer that they are to going and tying up with Los Gatos.
Every point and every second is going to count in this next period.
But what I'm worried about is they might go and overextend it. They might go and lose possession a few times. They might have a couple of bundles as they go and try to go and get across the board as fast as possible. And when they do that, they're going to end up going and losing possession to Los Gatos, and Los Gatos is going to take advantage of the Los Altos team on the other side, and then they're just going to go into free net.
All right, and back into the action here. Los Gatos does maintain control of the ball, and they're going to go right in for a three-pointer right here. But it's going to be spat off the rim.
All right, Los Altos looks like they're going to be moving out here. They need to be fast. They need to be quick. They need to get in, need to get as many points as possible. This is 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third period here. They need to go try to tie up the score here. They need a lot of things, man.
And they need a lot of things, but Los Gatos will maintain ball control, and that is something Los Gatos needs. They need this win. Why? Because why not? I don't need a reason for that.
I think that's probably the best excuse you can come up with. So it looks like Los Gatos is going to be trying to assess Los Altos' strategy, try to go and probe a bit, doing a fairly good job here, trying to get underneath the net. And
a nice shot from number 25. That would be Miss Hannah Krulvich.
And even with all those things that Los Altos needs, 2 more points for Los Gatos is definitely not one of them. As Los Gatos is going to be now coming back to push again
but a
onto
tap
Los Altos.
From Los Altos, getting back in ball control.
Great interception, but it looks like Los Gatos is trying to go and get the ball back here. A lot of interesting play going on. But it looks like Los Gatos is out of position here. Are they going to see a three-point shot? No. Los Altos slipping through Los Gatos' defense. Not only does the ball go in, but we're seeing 2 penalty shots in favor of Los Altos. That was exactly what Los Altos needed.
Number 3 on Los Altos will be taking this penalty shot.
This is exactly what we needed from Los Altos. And it looks like they're going to be going and starting up their penalty shots. If they can go and bring the score up to 25-31, they might have a chance as we enter the fourth period.
Indeed.
That was a good shot off by Los
clean shot.
Altos. Now we're going to go and see if they're going to be able to make the second one. If they don't, it's going to be a 5-point difference. If they do, it's going to be a 4-point. No.
Your tax dollars at work here, folks, in our education.
I'd be crazy, man. All right, but man, it looks like they managed to get in, and we have a 6-point difference, even though they got both in. I'm just crazy, man. All right, so it looks like Los Gatos is in possession here, trying to go and find an opening. Los Altos here, moving around a bit.
I think the moral of this story is math is hard.
Yeah, math is hard. All right, so it looks like Los Gatos is trying to go find an opening, trying to move through here.
Oh, nice little hop there. A little bunny hop.
Gone for an under-the-net shot, but...
Oh, a nice shot from number 40, Hannah Hastings.
That was a great shot from Los Gatos, just managing to maintain their lead over Los Altos. All right, so now we got 50 seconds left in the period. Los Altos racing across the court, trying to go get in this few last shots, try to go make the score as close as possible so that they'll have an easier job as they enter the fourth period. But it looks like we're going to be seeing a travel from Los Altos, and Los Gatos will be taking possession here, which is exactly what Los Altos did not want to see.
As soon as they lost ball control, they've lost it. They've lost basically the next 30 seconds, and this next 30 seconds will be the entire period.
Yeah,
and if they lose the rest of this period, they pretty much lose the match.
Yeah, I don't think if this period ends with a 8-point lead in favor of Los Gatos, I don't think Los Altos will be able to make that up in the next period.
We are going to be seeing a call on Los Gatos.
Second personal, 15 foul.
20 seconds left in the period.
All right, I don't know if Los Altos will be able to pull something off here, but I have a feeling we're going to see a fairly desperate push here, trying to get into Los Gatos' defense here, try to get as many shots as possible, try to go for a 3-point shot if they're lucky. They need this in order to win. They need to go and bring up these scores as closely as possible, or else this fourth period will just be pretty much for nothing. No matter what they do, they aren't going to be able to make it.
Los Gatos will get ball control back.
All right, and that's
They
going to
just
be
need to maintain control of this. Goes right into the end of the period.
That's going to be the end of our third period.
That will be the end of the third period. What do you think we're going to be seeing here now, Paul?
Well, Matthew, I think from Los Altos, we're going to be seeing some very aggressive play. I don't think they're going to be playing defensive anymore. Los Gatos most likely going to be forced on the defensive by the Los Altos offensive. Los Altos is clearly going to be, they need to push. Like, it's not even, like, you don't even have to think about it. If they play defensively, they've lost. 8 points, you go and play defensively, game over. You got no chance. Los Gatos, on the other hand, has a good position. They can either try to play offensively and just go and make try to contain Los Altos, or they can just go and play defensively and just let
Los Altos.
Los Altos.
English is hard, folks.
It is.
Or Spanish, actually, in this matter.
What are you gonna do?
But anyway, I think what we're trying to say here is Los Altos doesn't seem to have the advantage at all anymore. They've lost it very clearly, and Los Gatos seems to know where all the holes are in Los Altos' defense. They're just going to come in there and poke right in through. Back to the action now on the court, where we're seeing the huddles break up, and we're going to see the action take up yet again. Los Gatos Wildcats are at 33 with the Eagles standing at 25.
Yeah, I do think that from Los Altos, we're going to see a lot of pressure coming on. They're going to try to push, but Los Gatos, if they play defensively, they can go and wait for those fumbles that are going to be coming out of Los Altos. If they go and play offensively, they can go and try to keep Los Altos contained. Personally, I think a defensive Los Gatos will most likely be more successful, but I'm not 100% sure what we're going to be seeing here. As Los Gatos is going to be taking possession here, and Los Altos is going to be forced in the defensive position. We're going to see if they're going to go be aggressive. No major steals here. Kind of interesting. Los Gatos.
Number 25 will push up into their defense.
Los Gatos is playing a bit more aggressively here. Not quite sure if it's what they need. It's certainly interesting what they're doing here, and it looks like Los Altos is taking possession. This is going to be the first reel. Looks like they're playing very aggressive, fast passes. Not quite running across the field right now, trying to go get in. Try not to get cut off, but that upper mid court aggression is really what's pushing them. But
Los Gatos' defense defaulted too quickly, and Los Altos was able to get that point.
Yeah, see, when you go and put too many people on your team over into that mid-court defense, you go and leave your main net open. You have one person there, and a guy managed to slip by. You've lost the guy's number score.
Number 21, Sarah Nelson, getting the three-pointer.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what Los Gatos needs. Just a bit more of a point differentiation here. We got now a 7-point lead.
Number 3 taking it back up the court. I think what we're seeing also is Los Altos is defaulting their defense too quickly. They're falling back into a tight position around the net, whereas Los Gatos will just fall back and take a long shot, or they'll take a mid shot for a two-pointer.
Yeah, I think Los Altos is just having a lot of problems here. Not really able to do much. I mean, that 8-point difference is not working out for them. Los Altos trying to push in here, try to get under the net, but Los Gatos is just blocking them and trying to go for these 2-point shots, but not enough time to line them up. It's not working out really anyway. I can't see Los Altos. It's not where it's impossible, but really they need a miracle in order to go and pull this game off.
Well, sometimes that is what some teams are good at. It is the fourth period, but I don't think we're going to be seeing much here, folks.
Yeah, we got 6 minutes and 20 seconds here with an 8-point lead in favor of Los Gatos. Los Gatos looks like they're playing a lot more conservatively here now, going and just trying to keep Los Altos contained. not more of a defensive role here, trying to dash in here, but I think that was just more to tease Los Altos defense to go run in here as they go and pass out around.
Honestly, they are just kind of putzing around here with the ball, just kind of running down the clock because, you know, they have that luxury. They are up 35-27.
Yeah, when you have an 8-point lead, it is fairly safe to just try to run down the clock. You've got a good defense. You know your opponent's going to need to go. When they get their points, they're going to have to rush in. They're going to need to get as many points as possible. So you know that they are not going to have time to line up their plays. Well, you do. You have the luxury of time. And you can go and mess around with the ball, and you can go and draw the game out because you can. Los Altos does not have that luxury. And I think it's going to really hurt them as we go and enter farther and farther into the fourth quarter.
We're going to see a throw-in from Los Altos. Clock will start again.
All right, Los Altos going some quick passes here. I don't know if they need to go and line them up enough, but they can't go in these big pushes, but they need to get their points in. Don't think that there's really much they can do. They're trying to get their shots in. Good three-point shot,
Nice
though.
three-point shot. Very smooth.
Now only a 5-point difference, but still, with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in Los Gatos in possession, don't know if there's going to be enough time. Los Gatos, the closer the scores get, the more defensive Los Gatos is going to play, and I don't know if Los Altos is going to be able to go and hold up against that.
Los Gatos playing very aggressively, taking another two-pointer, but it goes off the rim. Los Gatos maintaining ball control, clearing it out to miss Brittany Cook, who will take that three-pointer shot, which she has been excelling at lately. But Los Gatos will lose ball control to Los Altos after the ball is fed off the rim.
Los Altos seems to be doing exactly what they need to be doing. We might be seeing a miracle here in favor of Los Altos. They're pushing in, they're going for those three-point shots, but still at the same time taking their time. Nice under the net shot, not working out though. Los Gatos managing to pick up the rebound, stopping Los Altos. Los Altos trying to get for a bit of a mid-court interception, but not really working out here. And we're going to be seeing a timeout here, folks, as Los Altos Eagles are going to go and try to go and talk about the strategy, lay things over, and just try to figure things out over more.
Coaches do seem to be meeting with the players, and we will be seeing another timeout here. What will your teams be doing this summer? KCAT and LGHS Recreation proudly present Los Gatos Live and News at Noon. We are offering a unique opportunity to create a live SNL show and a daily news show for your teams to participate in. Your teams will not want to miss this amazing hands-on experience at our Los Gatos KCAT TV studio. Sign up today at lgsrecreation.org or at kcat.org.
Yeah, thank you for that shout-out to KCAT. So this game has been fairly intense, not quite as close as I predicted, though. It seems that your prediction, Matthew, was a bit more accurate of what's happening. Los Altos got their shot off. It's exactly what they needed, but at the same time, it's felt a bit too little too late. They haven't managed to be able to pull through here. Los Gatos, on the other hand, has a fairly solid defense, and they've been managed to go and slow down the Los Altos team enough to really go and pull through here.
What can I say? I know a lot of these girls personally. I do go to school with them, but we're going to go back to the action here where Los Gatos is getting very aggressive very quickly. Number 41 going to try and clear that ball out. It's number 21. Who is still under fire, to Brittany Cook, who will not taking the three-pointer, but taking the two-pointer instead, and that will go in nice and smoothly, bringing Los Gatos up to 37, and the Eagles 29.
Looks like Los Gatos has chosen to go and try to keep Los Altos contained rather than try to go and just go more on the defensive side. The Los Altos managing to shot on their net, going and bringing the score once again. With not a 5-point difference, but a 6-point difference here between Los Gatos and Los Altos. Los Altos needs to get a couple of 3-point shots to go and tie up the score, but with only 3 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, and a nice shot from number 23, Miss Ashleen Quirke.
We now are looking at an 8-point difference here. Los Altos needs to get this going. Nice full-court pass, but not quite sure if this is going to be working out here.
Second personal, 16 foul.
See a personal foul.
This looks like Los Altos is going to be taking possession, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Will be subbing in.
I think it's too little too late. Los Altos is now 8 points behind with 3 minutes 40 seconds left on the clock. All right, so we're seeing some, 3-point play. Just try to get those 3-point shots off. I think they're going more for luck than skill here. They're just hoping that those 3 points go in, just trusting.
Player getting pegged with the ball. Oh, we have 2 players down on the court. A fight for control of the ball.
All right.
Position Eagles. Brittany Cook checking the game.
We're going to be seeing a throw-in from Los Altos.
Yeah, Los Gatos is going to be playing a lot more offensively here, trying to go keep Los Altos contained, stop most forms of Los Altos aggression. Not quite sure if it's been working out. Los Altos has been very good at trying to go and get Los Gatos out of position as they're going and trying to push out, try to put on a lot of aggression. Not quite sure if they actually need this aggression. Los Altos is now taking a three-point shot, now
but
working
it will
out.
get denied. Brittany Cook taking the shot, bringing Los Gatos ball control back in. They're going to bring it back up the court, shooting it to number 22, who is mostly going to throw it across court in order to get a good shot on that three-pointer. Number 21 to number 15. Brittany might take not taking the three-pointer, but instead passing it to number 22. 23, Ashleen Quirke will go for that undershot, getting a nice two-pointer, bringing Los Gatos up to 41, Eagles 31.
Right,
So we now have a 10-point difference. What do you think's going on here, Paul?
Well, what I think is going on here is a losing team that's lost morale. They had that big push at the beginning. They thought they were going to pull through, but they lost it. They lost a lot of their will. I mean, at the beginning, they seemed to have hope. They seemed to be encouraged. They're like, yeah, we're going to pull this off. We're going to be the miracle. But it didn't work out at the end. They lost their focus. They really slowed down. Now it's a 10-point difference, and I think they've just pretty much given up. We got 2 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock. 10-point difference.
All right, back to the action. We're going to be seeing Los Gatos in the huddle. They're strategizing very deeply. As you can see, their coach is on her knees on the ground. She's showing, she's got some sort of a clipboard out there. She's pointing out probably different positions they want them to move into. We're probably going to see a more aggressive, fast-moving approach now, because that seems to work very well. And we're probably going to see that mid-court aggression come back into play. Because as long as they can keep ball control out, they can assure their win. Because as long as Los Altos has the least amount of ball time possible, Los Gatos will have this.
I don't know if that clipboard had strategy on it. They might have been making doodles about victory doodles about who's going to be winning, who's going to be going and buying the pack of root beer punch. All right, so it looks like Los Gatos is going to be moving out here with Los Altos in possession.
Root beer punch?
Yeah, root beer punch is pretty good, actually. Look it up. It's a real thing.
All right, science. Has it gone too far?
I don't know. Well, we're going to find out. So we're seeing Los Altos move out across the board here. All right, so they're trying to go and get in position. Nice pass,
Brittany
but
Cook
Los Gatos
intercepting
managing
it very
to go and
nicely.
get a good interception over here.
Los Gatos keeping ball control out from Los Altos. They know as soon as Los Altos gets ball control, they have a chance to bring it back.
All right, so Los Gatos most likely just going to try to wait them out. I mean, they can just play conservatively, and they won. They got that 10-point difference. They don't really need to push. They might go mess around a bit here with Los Altos, but, I mean, you aren't going to be seeing – it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. I think at the moment, Los Altos' biggest goal is just try to go and make sure that difference isn't in the double digits.
We have a foul on Los Altos. It looks like Miss Brittany Cook, number 15, will be taking the penalty throw here.
Yeah, as this Los Gatos lead gets larger and larger, I think we're going to be seeing more drastic play coming from Los Altos. We're going to see more fouls, a lot more aggression going on, and overall, more rush shots. I don't think this is a bit of a slaughter. I gotta say, this is shaping up to be a lot like the first girls' JV game.
Yeah, the JV girls definitely do have a shared strategy, and I think that strategy is fast, aggressive, with a lot of mid-lane blocking.
Yeah, if you go block them at mid-court, you're in great shape. You can go and get all those shots off without having to worry about them taking possession and pushing on you. I think it's a great strategy, and I think the JV boys might want to take a look at it. I mean, it did the JV girls and the varsity girls a good job, but both of the boys' teams didn't necessarily do the best in their games. And the boys won the game, but varsity boys won their game, but it was very close.
Los Altos still trying to maintain. Oh, but Los Gatos will maintain ball control, bringing it back up the court. Rather slowly, taking their time. Oh, and an insane deflect from Los Altos, taking a seat there on the sideline for a minute, just regaining her consciousness. Well, not consciousness, more like her headspace, getting, calming down from what an adrenaline rush that must have just been, falling into a seat.
Yeah, falling into a seat is pretty exciting as these things go. As we're seeing Los Gatos going and taking possession here, trying to go and mess around a bit, but I think they're just buying for time. They don't really need anything more. Just chucking balls around, might get a good under net shot here, but yeah, it just looks like they're just running circles around the Los Altos team.
Brittany Cook just icing the ball right around there. Bounding the ball off, and then we see another score from Los Gatos, furthering their lead ahead. It's going to be Los Gatos 44, the Los Altos Eagles 31.
All right, so we're going to be seeing another team huddle going on right here, and
another timeout, another strategy. Probably just figuring out what their end game strategy is going to be coming into these last this last minute, seeing how that end game is going to turn out.
Well, actually, I don't know if it's going to turn out to be endgame strategy, but I think they might be going in planning who's going to be carpooling with who at this moment. I mean, you got a minute and 3 seconds left in the game, and at the end of the day, you know, it's like you got,
Well, you still got to mop up at the end of the day. And
Yeah.
we're very much seeing the mopping up right now.
Yeah.
Los Gatos has secured a fairly nice, comfortable victory. They can kind of kick back and kind of just play around with the ball, maybe try out some new stuff they might be putting into their next game. But other than that, we're going to be heading back to the action here. With about a minute 3 left on the clock, we're going to be seeing the Cats probably take this game.
Yeah, approaching point lead. I don't. Even if this was a practice, just imagine if this was a practice session and you had 4 balls on the field and you had them running around. Do you think in a minute and 3 seconds they'll be able to go and get in those 14 shots?
I can't imagine that actually, but can I imagine them all in zero gravity? No, I can't.
Yeah.
A lot of cheering going on here.
All right, so it looks like Los Altos is going to be moving out here. Try to go and get into push. Try to go and bring Los Gatos' lead down to at least single digits probably is going to be their goal here. Bouncing off the side, Los Gatos is taking possession here. A lot of aggression. Looks like they're just trying to push here, but it looks like it's going to be a foul against Los Altos.
50 seconds left on the match.
I think with all the fouls that are going to be coming out of Los Altos, I think we might be seeing another 10-minute, 14-second play here.
That would just be lovely, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Keeping us in work. But it looks like Los Gatos is just going to kind of pitter-patter up the field. The court. Wow, that was a mess up. And then they're just going to keep just trucking on up here and just kind of playing around the ball. You know, they're not really in a hurry. But Ashleen Quirke is there. Hannah Goulbin is just going to take a shot anyway because she feels like it. Ain't nobody messing with Hannah. Ain't nobody.
Yeah, of course. Well, if you're gonna win, you may as well win with the nice under the net 2-point shot.
You know, just rub it in while they're down there, right?
Yeah, style points. You know, show them that last game didn't mean anything.
While Altos trying to desperately maintain control, getting very aggressive, and the claws are definitely coming out. And I wish I was being literal here. Wow, okay. Los Altos will scoop up another couple points.
But I think it's too little too late here with 1 second left in the game, and that is game!
And that is game. Los Gatos Wildcats 46, Los Altos Eagles 34. What a great match here, folks.
Yeah, it's an amazing victory for the Cats here, going and managing to make this a 3-1 season today. We saw the Cats manage to win 3 other games out of 4. So far, Los Altos put up a very good fight at the beginning of this game. Also doing a very good fight in the boys varsity. Boys JV, amazing play for them. Very close game, managing to pull ahead. The only game that really seemed to run away was the girls JV, and that one was just a wipe. But besides that, all the games seemed fairly well balanced. I mean, this game only started to run away near the end when Los Altos started to go and lose their concentration and just started to lose morale, really.
Both teams were fairly evenly matched, but I think where the Los Gatos had the real advantage was their midfield, aggression, which frankly won them these games.
Yeah, like the 2 games which they actually won by a sizable amount was the girls varsity and the girls JV. Both of those games, they had a lot of mid-court pressures put on, which really shut down Los Altos. And I think that was probably their biggest asset.
All right, well, that will be our broadcast tonight. Thank you for watching. A quick reminder, all donations to KCAT are tax deductible, so please give us a donation. Go to kcat.org to learn more. I'm Matthew Vitale.
And I'm Paul Arbino.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Have a safe drive home.